You know what, lads, I've genuinely sat down and thought about how my life has completely changed in these past 5 months. I've been able to quit my 9 to 5 job. I've been able to move out to Bangkok, Thailand, travel to over 6 different countries, all while working remote as a high ticket sales rep. I'm going to show you in this video exactly how I've been able to do that step by step so you can just copy me. Hopefully you genuinely find value in this video. Watch till the end because it's an absolute banger. Alright, first things first, if you need any sort of extra support on this video, anything in this video that you're sort of struggling with, message me on Instagram at Don Malara. We'll hop on a free call and I'll walk you through A to Z exactly how you get your first remote closing position. I'll understand exactly what you're struggling with specifically and I'll help you through it. So first of all, right, you need the right mindset because I spent an entire month in training. Like you can literally see here, this is only the start of it. These are all of like full documents of me like learning remote closing, sales scripts, the 7 beliefs, how to outreach, all of the little things, psychology, everything to do with closing. I spent a whole month learning, reading books, watching videos, practicing sales calls, becoming the best closer I could possibly be. So when the opportunity presented itself, I was prepared for it. The first ever opportunity I hopped on, I closed 3 in a row. And then the person was like, yo, this kid is sick, I need to keep him on the offer. I stayed on the offer for 3 months until it shut down. Like boys, you have to be prepared for your opportunities, so make sure you're reading books, watching sales calls, practicing sales calls, doing it as much as humanly possible. I literally placed a bet on remote closing because I saw that it worked. And listen, first of all, right, every business model works. It's just about which one do you want to place a bet on, which one do you want to put your entire all into. And for me personally, it was remote closing. To reach a good level in anything as well, boys, you have to first of all have a driving force. I was personally stuck in a 9 to 5 job, and that drove me to do as much as humanly possible to get out of that position. A lot of you are, just in your rooms watching TikTok, doing nothing, and it's like, bro, you need to have some sort of driving force. I highly do recommend actually doing a 9 to 5 job so you have a bit of income there and you have a bit of pain, so you actually want to quit that 9 to 5 job and do as much as humanly possible to get out of it. So the next driving force you have to have is deliberate practice. You have to have deliberate, thought out practice, reasons why you're doing things. So mock calls and analysis. Do mock calls every single day and analyze those mock calls every single day. Feedback on those mock calls. Do volume and feedback and repetition. Volume, feedback, repetition. Those are the 3 keys to just get good at anything. And the third one is having a good mentor, somebody that's done what you want to do beforehand and somebody you can just learn off of and just follow in his footsteps. That's going to zoom you along way faster than somebody that doesn't have a mentor. That's just facts as well, boys. I'm not trying to sell you anything, that's literally just facts. Yeah, Instagram optimization. Let me actually make my head a little bit smaller so you can see this. I personally, right, I literally went to nice locations purely for the, driving force of having good photos on my Instagram, for having good, just social proof on my Instagram, so people saw my page and wanted to actually hire me for remote closing positions. Ask your good friend to go to rooftop bars, cigar lounges, 5-star hotels, restaurants, all of these cool places. You can take cool photos. Don't leave the venue until you got 3 to 5 cool photos in different locations, different places. So you can post those on your Instagram profile, your main Instagram profile that has followers on there already, that has, people liking your profile, so you're a real person. And yeah, as soon as you got those up, and the thing is, right, the people that don't do that, the people that don't want to actually upgrade their Instagram profile and want to outreach to people with a blank profile and have no photos, and then they say outreach doesn't work, it's like, bro, you didn't even try. Like, you can't say something doesn't work if you don't try 100%. So if you're not willing to do that, it will just be 10 times more difficult to find remote closing positions, especially now because your Instagram is your digital CV. So build up your Instagram profile as much as humanly possible. A lot of people don't know that Instagram is your digital CV nowadays if you want to get into online business. If you want to get into copywriting, remote closing, any sort of business where you're like outreaching to people and finding clients, your Instagram profile is your digital CV. And the second thing, right, is to learn and to practice. Source high-level remote closing information. Get high-level remote closing mentorships if you have money, if you have a full-time job. Source that money into getting mentorship, high-level mentorship programs, and learn the best scripts. Learn all of them by heart as well. Learn the entire script by heart and practice that script over and over and over again. So when you do go into a position, you know exactly what to say and how to say it to close your first client. Understand the psychology behind why somebody buys high ticket products, what pains they're pushing them to buy the product, what desires they're pulling them in. So pains for like a fitness offer would be, somebody's overweight, somebody's family members just don't respect them, his kids don't respect them, he needs to lose weight so he looks better in his body, he feels more comfortable, feels more confident, maybe his wife divorced him, that's a massive pain. If you can find the proper pain of why somebody wants to buy a high ticket product and you use that pain, you will sell that high ticket product. That's exactly what I did to sell my first high ticket product. It was a money making offer, and somebody came into the call and he was literally like in China, broke. He had no clue what to do. It wasn't Chinese, but it was like some person that moved to China. He lost all of his money, all of this stuff, and I was like, I used all of his pain points in order to sell him on the call. I don't remember exactly what I said on the call, but it was something similar to like, your entire life you haven't been taking risks, and that's why you're in the position that you're in right now. So I know this is a big risk, I know this is a big investment, but if you just look past that and take the first risk, who knows what your life could be like, you know? Maybe you did this 20 years ago, maybe you did this 5 years ago, your life could be completely different. I used something similar to that. I didn't use those exact same words, but I use like the same similar frameworks because it's all embedded in my memory at this point. And also understand what desires are pulling them in as well. Like what desires are pulling them. Maybe people want to make 10k a month. Maybe they want to live in Thailand, live in beautiful locations. Use those desires in order to sell them on the product. You know, if it's a fitness product, then maybe they want to just reach 10% body fat so they feel comfortable in their skin, so they can approach girls and do cool stuff in life. Increase the amount of money they're making in their business, increase the amount of money they're making on their work projects, because they have more energy, because they feel more fulfilled in their day-to-day life. So the rest of their life is increasing and looks better. The respect their family gives them, all of that stuff, you know, that's the desires that are pulling people in to buy. And you want to create a big enough gap between the pains and the desires, so only logical thing is for them to buy your product. Find your first remote closing client. This is the third step, right? Once you understand all of this stuff, your next step now is to find your first remote closing client. You've been practicing, you've been learning, you've been understanding everything to do with remote closing, the psychology behind it. Now you need to implement all of those strategies and help somebody scale their business and make more money than they've ever made, because you're selling way more than they're selling. That you understand selling on a way deeper level. You're gonna go help an influencer, help a business owner scale their income and genuinely become a really good business in general, because you're so good at selling. They bring more money into their business, they can then increase their revenue and put more money into their business, help more people. So yeah, man, that's kind of how you have to think of it, rather than, oh, I'm gonna go into this person's business and steal money off of him, you know, just latch onto his business and drain his bank account by closing people. No, you want to provide value to the business owner. You want to actually increase their revenue from when you're not a closer, so now you're an irreplaceable person in the business. Bro, I must have outreached to 1,000 business owners, and I came with conviction. I came with pure, like, I am going to help you scale your business, because I knew that I was going to help you scale your business. I outreached to must have been 1,000 people on Instagram, 40 people per day, using personalized video outreach messages, tracking everything, do video outreach, track everything, volume. Watch your video outreach back as well, figure out where you can go better, see what words you could have said to maybe convince somebody in the call, or use, you know, specific words. I even kind of lied as well a little bit. I said I had experience even though I didn't, but because I was doing so many mock calls, I practically did have experience, so I wasn't really lying. And yeah, believe outreach works as well. I believed that I was going to find somebody that needed a closer at the specific moment, and that's exactly what happened. So keep improving your outreach message as well. And in the community I was in, right, people would join, they'd try it for 3 days, they'd outreach to maybe like 70 people, they'd get no replies and say outreach doesn't work. And then there's other people like me, like Lucas, like Simon, like so many other guys in the community that they would join, they would build their Instagram profile, take cool photos, make some reels, practice mock calls every single day, outreach for weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks of straight outreaching every single day, 40 different people, personalized video outreach. They treated outreach like it was a full-time job, right? They genuinely wanted to get their first position because they were genuinely invested in remote closing and wanted to get there. That's why the mindset really does help it. You can't just half-ass anything. You can't half-ass remote closing either. It's not some garish quick scheme. They'd outreach for weeks and they'd find their first client without batting an eyelid. They wouldn't even complain. They'd just be outreaching. Yeah, boys, so I outreached to about 40 people today, no responses. Next day, I'm gonna do the exact same. That's the exact mindset, that's the exact tenacity that you have to come with in order to succeed in remote closing. Guess which person will succeed in later on in life? You know, the person that did 3 days of outreach and switched to a different business model, they're gonna try dropshipping now, do the exact same thing. Gonna try SMMA, do the exact same thing. You know, you still have to outreach in SMMA, so how are they gonna do that? So yeah, man, guess which person is going to succeed? Somebody that does something and sticks to it and does it 100%, or somebody that just switches over and over and over again? Oh, that's a bit difficult now, it's getting a bit hard, let me go something else. Oh, that's getting a bit difficult, I didn't realize it was that hard, let me go something else. You know, don't do that, boys. Because I know a lot of you do. The thing is, right, the only reason I'm saying that is because I know a lot of you are in that loop of just trying different business models out. maybe you bought a mentorship program and you didn't even try very hard, and then you blame the mentor and you blame the course, you're like, oh, it's a scam. But if you genuinely tried your absolute best and become the best person in that mentorship group or mentorship program, you would have succeeded, you know? You would have succeeded 100% of the time. Anyway, from there, once you've got your first client, you want to solidify yourself in the game. You want to build out your personal brand by documenting your progress in remote closing. Maybe you want to build out a personal brand in the fitness niche. You know, maybe you want to help the person out that you're working for. Maybe he's a trader. You want to help him out and learn trading and, you know, build out a personal brand in the trading niche. Now you're solidified in the game of online business, not just remote closing. So yeah, create a trust in the community by just documenting what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and work your way up to a 100K per month type of business owner or influencer. And that way you're remote closing for somebody that's making a lot of money, that has a lot of trust in the game. And it's genuinely just so easy to close people when somebody has 100K followers or 200K followers, because they have so much trust in the game. Their leads are pre-sold. That's the point you want to get to. You want to work so hard to the point where you don't have to work that hard anymore, because you're working with people that have 100, 200, 300K followers, that have pre-sold leads, that have trusted leads, you know? And number 5, that's the point where you can just travel to any country you want to, live your best life and do whatever you want to, man. Live in beautiful condos and live in incredible Miami houses and apartments, traveling the world in Lamborghini Uruses. I don't know what your dreams are, man. Build them out. Write down your dreams and then come back to this video. Tell me how they went. But yeah, man, if you need any sort of help in anything I've just said in that video, I know that's a lot of information there very fast. If you need any sort of help in anything I just said in that video, message me Dom Malara, message me remote closing on my Instagram, Dom Malara. It's going to be the first link in the description. And yeah, peace. Hopefully you found some sort of value in that video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, man,